Okay, I saw two on there. Okay, so okay. Actually, I also record the video and I already post on YouTube, and also it should be available on D2L, the Zoom Underdated record video. So of course, even today I record it and then post it, so you can watch it if in case. I know right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. Okay. Please do the online right here. Okay. So in case others can follow, mainly one thing we need to install, like our foundation is the Node.js. Okay, so for the first step, we need to install the Node.js. Okay, so anything we can go to the Node.js official website and then go to download. Okay, so I can click on it and open it. Okay, so if you see download depends on which laptop or like the OS you're using. If you're using Mac, then it will by auto detection, so it will give you a suggestion. It's a Mac OS. So if you are using Windows, should be the window. Okay, and later just like I'm reminding you, if because for the project, so everything will work on the server. Okay, because I wish you can like kind of like put it on production. Okay, so also server side, we also need to install Node.js. So why don't you just take a look? So it kind of similar. So if you check the command line, kind of similar to Mac OS. The reason why, because Mac OS also kind of like the backbone is the Linux based. So here's the reason why like lots of developer like love to using the Mac OS like for software development. Okay, so just go back to, let's say I'm using Mac, and then if you know, I'm talking about the LTS. Okay, so LTS is called the long-term support. Okay, long-term support is like the community, or like we kind of pretty sure most of the package is supporting this version. Okay, and they're kind of testing, they're kind of most stable. Okay.
Most stable.
Yes, yeah, it's a LTS. Okay, so maybe in production, sometimes we prefer to choose the LTS. Okay, but for us to learning, I always recommend like you can install the latest one. Sometimes like slightly tricky part is if we install the latest one, and then sometimes if we use certain package, they are fade out, okay, or outdated, they no longer support for this version, then you may not able to use it. Okay, then of course you can install another like go down to older version. It's okay. So another thing, if you check my document, I mentioned about called the NVM. Okay, it's called the Node Version Manager. Okay, so Node Version Manager is help us to list all the version of the Node.js. Okay, if you look at the command line on the first two right here, is like install the NVM. So you can just like copy and paste. Suppose pretty smooth. I know only the Windows system sometimes has some problem because mainly Windows itself, but not the command line. Some students they need to switch because like Windows they're using the PowerShell. Okay, so they're using the PowerShell and then echo of the right. Okay, so kind of same right here, and just go back to Matthew or Mason, I don't know. Okay, so let's go. Okay.
I think so.
I hear the echo. Yeah. So the first two command line, so you see right here is like we try to install the NVM. Okay, so right now you know what's NVM, right? It's called the Node Version Manager. So we can list, like we can call the ls remote, or if you search node NVM, or you okay, so the first one comes with will be the GitHub. So even if you want to install it like manually by yourself, yes, you can. So you just like go to here and then let's say install an update script, kind of similar. Okay, so we try to get from the Git and then NVM, and then of course we can check the command line. You given sometimes we can list the remote. That means I list all the Node version, and then we can pick the one we want, and then we can install it. So it will be right here. Okay, and then choose it. So NVM list remote. So I can show you one thing. Okay. Let me see. Okay. So here is called the NVM. So right now it will list all the version of Node.js. Right now, the latest one is the 24.7. Okay. And currently I'm using 23 or like so you can use NVM to install any version you like. So you can have multiple versions of Node.js. Okay, so let's say for production, we're using the LTS. Okay, and then maybe if I want to develop some new software or new application, I want to use the latest one, then you can switch the Node version. So it's really helpful. So recommend you to use the NVM. And basically, you see, using the NVM install. Let's say we install latest one. You can see the install 24. Okay, or you can give a really specific version because 24 is the only latest version. So that's why they can type 24. If you do have a special version, let's say right here, you will see maybe 23. You see like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 right here with so many. If you do a specific version you want to install, just type like, let's say 23.6.1 like this. Okay. And how to verify if you install the Node.js correctly? So you can type Node and then that's right here. So it's giving the version. So you see the line 11 Node version, and then or when you type it, if you want to see the version, that means you install not correctly. Okay, and sometimes if you're installing on Linux, okay, when you install Node.js, like for some step, it doesn't come with the npm. So when you see right here using with npm, we rely npm. Npm is called a Node package manager. Okay, so Node package manager we highly rely on it because all the, just like imagine it's a library. Okay, so if you want to use, let's say, to validate a form, okay, or if you want to use like sending requests to a server, sometimes even if we need to install the css, okay, the bootstrap, also we are using the npm. Okay, so make sure you do when you install a Node.js, they always come together, they will install it. Okay, so how can you validate? So just like npm, so it will give a version. So you can compare because right here, sometimes depends on Node version, the npm version also will be the latest one. Okay, so if my version right now using is like 23.8, so the npm version is 10.9. Okay, if you install the latest one, 24.7, it should be 11.5.1. Okay, so once you able to reach this step, and here will be your first part of your assignment. So give me a screenshot, like tell me you able to install it. Okay, so just give me the screenshot of this part. Okay, and if you're watching right now, or like maybe some student, they watch my previous video and then they can follow, you can do it right now. Okay, so make sure you can install the Node.js. Okay, I can wait. Okay. When you're waiting, then I move on next one. So I will talk about but I will keep this one as the last part, just let you know, because we are relying on, if you see the command right here, npm, right? So we are also using the npm to create a React project using the okay, so that's why it's the like foundation of all our like web programming. Even later when we build the API server, we are also relying on the Node.js. So that's why it's important to make sure you install it. Okay. I will come back to this part because once you execute, then you will see it. Okay. And we are not using the MongoDB right now, kind of like next month. Okay, because just let you know earlier, because I will quickly like tell you everything you need for your project, like cover like mid of semester. So you will give me a topic, like you will form a group, give me a topic, and then you, of course, like I will give you time to like let you start your project earlier, but wherever like when you find you want to do it, but like I'll try my best to let you to like start earlier. You can start. So I will tell you how to use the VN, and then how can we build the API server, and then also the MongoDB. Okay, create a record. Okay, so we'll touch it a little bit, and then after I cover all this topic, then I will go back to each part and then like go deeper. Okay, so it will be the structure of our class. Okay, so for the MongoDB, be careful. If you, I forgot, someone taking the database. Okay, so because in the data, if you're taking the database, I also ask you to install the MySQL workbench. Do you know what's the tricky things?
Well, I mean, every time that I try to open an SQL connection, the app kind of crashes.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you only install the workbench, here's the things, it may crash, or like you need to connect to your, they say I failed to connect to your local host. If you get that problem, you will. Yeah, you can show me.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so like that.
Okay, first one. Okay, so probably you didn't install the MySQL server. Did you? Okay, so actually I record a video already posted, so I kind of emphasize it. Okay, so I give you a hint. Okay, so I give you the MongoDB right here is a committee, so just let you know. Normally they will give you for MongoDB, one is called a community version and one is the enterprise version. Do you know what's the differences between them? Why they call it community and the one is enterprise? You know enterprise, right? So community is like open to public, and then if you are project, of course you can install it. But for enterprise, they have like extra special feature or something you can like subscribe, pay for them. Okay, add more like. But for development, we're always using the community version, so it's free. So you can install it. Okay, you do not require to get the license. Later, we will install the MongoDB on Linux, and we are not using GUI. Okay, no GUI to manage. So later I will cover is how can we using the command line to connect to the Mongo shell, and then to add the collection. Okay, and then add the documents. Okay, so all this record. But if you install on Mac OS or the Windows, when you click on it, and then you will see it give you some guideline. Okay, so just like follow it. For Mac, we're using a brew. Okay, so if you did using the command line to install the software, and then we can install the MongoDB community version. So version should be the 8.0 in this moment. Okay, so and then we can use the check the server. Here's the tricky part because I can't like keep it right now to say, because you need to install the server first, and then you can use the manage. If you use the managed one, it's called the MongoDB Compass. So it's the GUI. Okay, so let me click on this one, open. Okay, it's loading. Okay, so it's a GUI version of your kind of like MySQL workbench. Okay, so but you need to have the database like is running. The MongoDB is running. So let me open it. Okay, so if your server is not executing or running or active status, then you cannot connect to your local host, and then you can create. So it's the GUI version of the MongoDB. So if you're working on your laptop, okay, so you can install it, the MongoDB Compass. Okay, I just telling you how actually just like follow the guideline and then install it. So slightly tricky, and I will let you try. Okay, and if you have problem, let me know. I will help you. Try to learn to read the document and then follow the guideline to install it. Because for the Node.js is pretty easy, so just copy and paste. But for this one, you need to read the document. So right here, not that complicated, but make sure you know the Xcode select. That means that you install the Xcode. Do you know the Xcode for on Mac? On Mac, I think you know. For Windows version, Let me switch, go back. Sometimes we have the MSI, just like much more easy. MSI is the execution files. Okay, you download it and then install it. Okay. It's way easier sometimes like for Windows. So it will, once you install it, it normally like come with the server, so you can manage it well. Okay. And because so far in our coming like 2 or 3 weeks, we are not using MongoDB. So just let you know you have to install it and just prepare for the assignment. So either if you're installed with the GUI, it's okay, or if you're using the shell right here, also you can show me so you can access, it's okay. Okay, so right here, let me go back. Let's say on Mac. Linux, it will be the same. If we want to check, like let's say if I want to use the MongoDB, the shell, so I can check it Mongo shell. Okay, so you see, let me move it. Hi, so you can see it. Okay, so right now you see my MongoDB is okay. So that's why when I use the MongoDB Compass, you can see I can able to access to the my database. Okay, so here's how it works. Actually, it's not difficult because like once you download a file, install it's okay. So I believe it's pretty straightforward and easy. Okay, and there's a two things like you may use. Like one is I always recommend using Git. Okay, for the project for yourself, like building your profile. Okay, so you can. But some we say Git and GitHub, there are two kind of things, right? Don't know. Don't know what's the difference between like Git and GitHub. Or like have you heard about? Sometimes say Git, GitHub.
I think Git pretty much describes the like web interface that allows you to pull all of the applications versus GitHub is just like the actual depository that shows you all of them and gives you like information, the documentation, all of it. But if you're trying to install it on a server, you want to download it with Git.
I would say more likely GitHub is a platform. Like you can like store all your source code they provide. So you may be not only using GitHub, but also I know there's a called a Bitbucket that really common like for developers. So and that one's like I think it's Bitbucket. So you can choose either Git or GitHub, just like depends what you like. But Git itself, so it's the idea like how can we doing the version control, like upload all those like your source code. So it's like on the Linux server, okay, you can only install the Git and then you have to sign to GitHub account. Okay, so here's the difference. Okay, even you install the Git doesn't mean you have the GitHub account. Okay, so here's two things. Okay, and here's will be a bonus because I recommend you to use it, but I'm not forced it. And if you check Git install, okay, so you can just like download and it's the same command line. So right here, you can use the boot install Git. So you can install it or the Mac OS Windows, download the file and install it, execute. So pretty straightforward. And then the GitHub. So it's a platform. Okay, so you need to sign up, create an account. Okay, so you can use it. So even you have assignments or anything, if you want to build a profile. Okay, I would say for software engineer, we always using GitHub to build our profile. Okay, in case if you are applying for job, looking for internship, they will ask you, do you have extra like website URL to share? Then you can share your GitHub. Because I know some recruiter, they will check how active you on the GitHub, because they will show like how often you will push some project on it and then like edit. So if you're interested, you can look at others project, do some modification and then push it to Git wherever. Or like if you're doing I know some students ask like how to practice programming and then looking, I recommend HackerRank. Also you can work on some like when you solve the questions, also you can prove it. So you can have some activities on it. Okay. And this one is an extra. Okay. I was asking you to do it, use it for your project. And then when you collaborate with your group mates and working together. So it's way better. So when you like edit on something and then push to the server, and then others can pull it and then update their local files. Okay. And then later when you finish a whole project, also you can push it and then you can clone it from the server to your Linux system. Okay. And because in the past, I always tell students to, okay, before that, just let me cover the Postman. Okay, Postman is for us testing the API server. Well, after we build it, then we will use it. Of course, Postman is more like it's a GUI version. Okay, and I can show you the Postman. So you can learn for free, and that's the GUI how it looks like. So you can put the URL or maybe the JSON file, and then you can post it and test it. Okay. So later we will quickly cover what's like the methods, like what's the post, what's the get, okay, update, delete. Okay. So all the methods of the API part. Okay. And if you right now if confused, don't worry. Okay, you can install it. We may be used later. So you don't necessarily say you have to install it in this moment. Just like extra. Okay, helping you. Sometimes I'm not really relying on Postman because I'm using command line to test. Okay, and in the last of your, I think the last week, I'll tell you how to implement the last one to tell you how to do the unit test. Okay, how to validate. But this one is like let you know earlier. But I'm sharing, then you can spend your time to install it. And just back to the topic about the server AWS, because I talk about AWS giving EC2, you know, the EC2 is the server. So EC2. I'm not so sure how many students, because I got the feedback, some of them already like use their account. Okay, they were using multiple emails to sign up the account, because you can have 1 year free server. So if you sign up, then you can have 1 year. Okay. Or if you don't have it, then you can share with your group. So if you can form the group together, then you can work on it. Okay. And because you need to install the Node.js, MongoDB, everything on it, and then implement. Okay. And later, in the past, I tried to like introduce AWS in the like first week and ask the student to implement it. But I think I will put it slightly later. Yeah, so we can focus on the Node and then the React first. Okay.
Do we need to get this installed? Well,
Set it up.
okay.
Yeah, set up, because it's like on the app. So it's not like EC2 is not installed on your local. It's the the data center, right? So data center, so it's a server. Okay, so create the account, create the server. I will give you the guideline how to sign up the account and then how can we create the instance. Okay, and because like we don't really necessary in this moment, so that's why I try to put it like later introduce. Okay, so when you're working on your project, I will ask you, yeah, because you need to make it online. So you really need to build a website and make it online so I can access it. Okay, for documentation. But I will talk about the project later. Okay, so just like let you know in this moment. Yep.
For everything that needs to be like downloaded immediately installed, you want the Node.js and the React and Vite, and then the MongoDB and Postman and AWS, those are all coming later. Or is
Yeah.
Mongo also going to, you want that to be installed like with that?
Yeah.
first year?
Yeah, first week. Yeah. So will be Node.js, MongoDB, and React. Okay, so here will be the three main core you need to install like in this week. And also kind of like for submission of your assignment, first assignment. So give me a screenshot like you already installed. Because I want to guarantee like everyone on the same page, like same page. So make sure everyone can work on it. Because I know some students, they're struggling from the first week till the last week. They are not yet fixed the problem. Yeah, so yeah, with that. Also, when we work on the server side too, because the school, this like from last year, I can tell because they always reject the connection. So students, they came here, they couldn't connect to a server and then they couldn't do anything. So I kind of change it. So everything work on local first. But it's a good habit, like for developer, when we work on a project. So most of the time we're doing implementation locally. And then we try to push to the server or cloud or Git, okay, and then change to production and we call it to the server. Okay. Some student ask question. Okay, let me no, this check. Okay, this I think no. Okay, so yeah, so why not just let you know earlier? So I know some of you I know some students like how like work faster. So if they already create the AWS account, they know they can prepare for it. Okay. So if some of you like need some time, okay, or like you cannot open the account, I would recommend you if you do have an account to open it because it's available for 1 year, like free. Okay. So if you want to learn something, any of you taking OS? No. Okay. Because okay, yeah, I just I reviewed all the other courses. I think, have you ever learned like how to use the Linux command line? No. Okay. Yeah. So I know this course really hard because I introduced so many things that you need to work on the server side and then no GUI. Everything on command lines like copy. So, but I use really commands like copy files, changing permission. Okay. So it's not hard to follow. Okay. So try to learn it in the class. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this the AWS let you know earlier. So if you can do it, do it. If no, just wait for later. Okay. So kind of I will let you do it before mid of semester. So I will try to make sure like everything is ready. I introduce to you, then you can start to work on your project. Okay. Yeah. So for anybody already installed the MongoDB or like are you done?
I think
It's
couple
working.
of us already set up most of the software and then also the Docker.
Okay. Also Docker.
Yeah.
Okay, even you already set up the Docker. Docker is another thing. Okay. So that's good. Yeah. Docker is another one. Yeah, I didn't mention it, but because you say so. Yeah. So if we can create a container, so we can easily to create the environment. So if you are already know using Docker, yeah, I forgot to mention this one. Thank you. Yeah. Yes. Okay. All set up. Oh, okay. That's perfect. Okay. If everybody like I am sure, okay, so if you need extra time to help and okay, let me exit and clean it. Okay, and once you're ready, we will start our React. Okay, so let's go back to here, React. Okay, and then there are different way, but we will using React using the Vite. Okay, so you just need to copy the command line right here. Let me change the directory. Let's see. We did it. Depends on you. You can create a folder on your desktop like for all this lab. Okay, so I put it right here. Command line. npm. That's what we installed. It create is the keyword like action, and my app is the project name. So I just give you like let me do easy with two lab. Okay, and then we're using a template. Is the React template. So once we execute it, it will tell you okay. We kind of like ready for this project. And step one, if you look at, we need to using CD. CD is the change directory. Okay, so it works on Linux too. If you want to change the directory, so we're using CD and also like Windows. So we change our directory, and the next we need to execute npm install. So what's the npm install? You can look at the packet.json file right here. Oh, let me hit. Okay. It went on kind of empty. You didn't see anything, right? You'll see the dependence and the dev dependence. So there are two kind of things. There's a package file. When we implement or we want to deploy your project, actually we will never upload anything to the server or like copy to others because the size is too large. So we always try to keep the minimum, okay, of your source code. The package.file is the most important file, so they carry all the necessary files. So right here, the dependence is the software we are going to use. It's called React and React doc. Okay. So once we execute the command npm install, it's going to install all this package. And then we have the you see the dev right here is the development package. So they're not for production. It's like for us for development. Okay, helping us. Okay. And when we execute npm install, so it will going to grab the package file. Okay, package.json file, and then install all the necessary package. So right now you see the node modules. This folder comes out, and then it's getting more and more. Okay, so far pretty fast. Okay, but if you upload it to server or like copy to somebody else or like other desktop, it takes time. Okay, it's a huge file, and we don't want to like kind of like redundant like copying these files. So always we keep the package.json file. Okay, so once you see it's complete, that means we already installed all the necessary package. Okay, and we kind of almost done. Okay, so what's the last step?
And run dev.
Yes, and then we see it comes out a new part right here. So it's a local host, and then 5173 is the port. Okay, so you can open the browser or like click on it. Okay, so either you can using like let's say Chrome or let's say localhost. Okay, 5173, type in. Okay, so you see the page. If you see this page, you're finished. Like for this file installation, you're ready for the React project. Okay, got it. Okay, and then if you want to test, actually this button you can click and it can. So when you click on it, it's number increasing. Actually, I asked the student to modify this page to change the concept. I want to change to 2 buttons. When that's not adding it, but I can minus it. Okay, or like I only can minus it to 0, but I cannot let it go down to a negative. So you can work on this part to modify. Learn from, because if we are teaching HTML, but for the React, this not, you need to know HTML, but we are not exactly implement the HTML. It's more components. So well, now we move on to talk about the source code. So you may be using the VS Code or open the folder. So actually I already opened it. So right here, let me reopen it. If you look at structure, so what kind of folder do we have? One is the node modules, so all the package. Okay, we never touch this part. And then also we have the public. Public is like later when you build it, so it will be some like some other files. So in right now we only one is the SVG, the logo, and that's it. And then mainly we care about it. Of course, we will touch the configuration later, but in this moment, we just need to know is the source, okay? The source file, and then there's an access. So you will see the React. Okay, React file is right here, okay? So you see one is the read, and then another one is the React. So they are here. So you see the SVG is one is a vector, so it can also have some animation, so it can work on, and then also it give you the hints like under source app.jsx. Okay, so because it's not exactly it's a JS file, but why it comes with the X? Because they are all component based. Okay, and that's how it looks like. And also we have the CSS file. Okay, so later when we work on the project, so we have the CSS file, and also we have the JS. The difference is right here, like compared to regular HTML. If some student I know one he work on the HTML. For React, it's a component base. So what's a component base? You see, we declare the function and giving it a name. Okay, so this one is a unique name. Okay, it can be an app. Okay, and then we need to export it because later we need to maybe put all these components together. So we'll export default name. So it should be matched. Okay, and then later we talk about state. Okay, use state we'll cover in the lecture, but in this moment you just need to know we're using this one, keeping the count value. Okay, so when we click on it, and you will see right here, it will return the part will be here, the content. Okay, so including, where's my VS? Okay, right here. Okay, so we were giving the logo. You see a logo, we add logo. Okay, widget and we add logo, and then giving title. And here's a button. You see a button, and then on click, so set count, and then all the count will plus one. Okay, and there's a function, and then you're giving a message. Okay, and that's it for this really simple code. Okay, so if you see this one, and that's called the component based React. And after we execute, this one is for development. Okay, but later we need to build a project. Once it will generate all the source code. Okay, and then we'll upload that one for real production. And when we are building it, maybe we have the manual. So when you work on this project, you will break down all the components. Okay, maybe some components will be reused. Okay, let's say for a website, do you think what kind of components can be reused or like keep like repeating, showing up on every page? What kind of components? Like if you look at a website,
Like headers and titles.
Or footer, menu. Okay, all this. So for all these like components, then you can build and reuse. So you can just import it and use it, right? So later you will realize that, okay, if I have called a menu, I just import it and then put the menu right here. Just assume like, let's say right now I don't have anything, just assume we have it. I call it, it's called the menu. Okay, and then you can put the tag right here called the menu. Okay, so the menu will be exist. Okay, then you don't have to implement or like copy and paste again. Okay, and for good structure under the source folder, so we maybe create subfolders. Okay, let's say this one is called a component, and then somewhere is like called the maybe homepage, contact us, about us, all this, and then you can put them together, or some general things. Also, you may have some media files, right? Let's say you have some music, I don't know, maybe some image, okay, whatever. So you put it into a folder. Okay, so here is the structure, but today we are just like for installation, introduce voice React, and coming 3 weeks like we'll introduce. Okay, and I'll give some sample code. And as for your first assignment, welcome is an open topic, and we'll touch on just one page we add. So you can, based on this one, and you can delete all of them, and then I will share a source file. Maybe you can create a page, introduce yourself or whatever. So like for the web programming, I have like open. I don't have a fixed content. Okay, so you're welcome. Or you can, based on this one, you can modify, change it. Okay, so I just make sure everyone install it and then know how to create a project and then touch on it. So everything just need to touch the only one file, the app.jsx, and that's it. Okay. I will give you more guideline and details like after maybe on Friday I post it, and then you have 2 weeks. Yeah. Question.
You said on Friday, you'll post like the in-depth instructions.
Yeah. So, but why not just let you know earlier? Yeah. So kind of two part. Part one, show me the screenshot, like you install this, and then part two is the source code. And I will tell you a submission. You can touch the CSS. I know that some students can do it, and just like submit the source code and screenshot like of your page. Okay. So I know some students, they just like use my source code page and they change a little bit and then upload it. It's okay. Yeah, as a first assignment, warm up. Okay, at least you do something and work on it. Okay, and so far will be that's it for installation. What you need, like for our web programming. Of course, later you have more things you need to install, but based on the npm, and I can, if no question, I can let you know. Tell you one more. For the API server, I'm using for the class is called the Happy.js. Okay. Later, also you need to learn how to read the document. Okay, how can we install it? And it's pretty easy. So you just need to like use the npm install happy. So, and also sometimes we want to save it to the development, and we pass the let's say if I want to edit, here's the command line will be, let me stop the server. Okay, save. Okay, so this parameter is like it will save to the package.json. So it's the necessary package. So once we execute npm install, so it will also install the happy.js. Okay, and just let you know earlier, but we'll cover this part later. So it also is like it's a block component. Okay, so you can set up the quickly. Let me show you one thing. There's a route right here. So get, okay. So once you try to access to the local host and then without anything, you'll receive a message, hello world, like this. Later you learn how to using this API server connect to your MongoDB, save a file. Okay, but later, this is what you have a picture, roadmap of this class project. I know lots of things to learn, so you can save it. And so far will be, that's it for today's lab, and then I will, let me see if somebody, okay, I got a message. Today will be also database. I also will be kind of like helping you to install the database, and that's it. I already recorded, so I don't know if you want to stay, you can come, or office hour if you don't want to wait too long. Yeah, so you can come anytime if only one person. Yeah, and slightly tricky part because I didn't show you how to install MongoDB, but I think lots of you already did it, so it's pretty easy. Just do you fix the problem likewise?
Oh, my SQL.
Yes.
Not yet.
No, yeah, you can do it later. So yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
Professor
it for
Professor Yoga, I think me and Gabe and Matt are almost undoubtedly going to be in the database class. I know the people that I've personally helped out should have a lot of stuff installed, and then I was kind of leading the expression, getting people installed with Docker, and then obviously, assuming everybody has it installed on their local host. But I'll be back in the database class today, and we'll talk some more.
Okay, yeah. Okay, then I will wait for you. I will see you in the class. Okay. And then that's it for today. If no question, yeah.
Yeah, is the
Mhm.
like a Dropbox or something open for us to submit the image?
Oh, you mean the first assignment image?
Yeah.
Oh, not yet,
Um,
because I'm not yet post the first assignment, so it's not available right now. So I will open on Friday. Yeah, Friday. Yeah. So I will give you 2 weeks. Okay. So normally I will give 2 weeks, maybe sometime, because the first assignment should be pretty easy. And later, yeah, the first two, like the first one just show me, I say the one page, and then later will be more like completed website. You're going to build like individually, will be your second assignment, just let you know. And then later will be another one is the API server. So, and then the database like this. So really packed. Okay. And then you need to prepare for your project. Okay. So I know for this course, lots of things to learn and something new. So wish you can enjoy it. Okay. Okay.
just to double check on the first one, on this first assignment, we're gonna do the standard Vite React site, and then we'll also do a screenshot of the edited version that you're gonna give us as well. I know you said we're gonna edit the like base React Vite site, the one that shows up. Like I have my picture ready to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, you
But
can change
one we're
anything.
going to submit on Friday is the edited version. Do we submit both pictures by chance? Do we submit the edited version and the unedited version?
Just edit the version with the source code. That means your app.js. If you look at the source code right here, app.js X. So you need to submit this source code. And if you touch the CSS, also please also upload your CSS. That's it. So
Yes,
you
sir.
are not required to like submit all others files. Okay. So you're not
Gotcha.
required. Okay. And when Also, please give me a screenshot like what's the edited page. Okay, so I know some student they edit it doesn't work. So just I want to make sure like you like running on your laptop and then you can see something. Okay. So you feel free to change it because like at least you change something. Okay, I wish you can change something. That when you touch it, it's like let you feel like, okay, so how's the react? So how can I change the stuff? Right now, you maybe have no idea like what's the tag or anything because I didn't say anything. But I will cover it in the lecture, so that's why I give you 2 weeks so you can like modify it. I say I'm open the assignment on Friday, but you have 2 weeks to complete it and submit it. So don't worry about it. And later when you learn more about like some component, what's the tag, what's the header, how can we add the hyperlink? Okay. So always recommend go to W3 School if you have no idea. One thing you need to be careful when you search if you're looking for W3 School. Let's say if you search Node.js, you will find something else. You will see something like this, okay? Constants, like it's more like function, okay? So when you work on it, also you need to refer to the HTML or JS, okay? So even we work on using Node.js because we can use Node.js for another project. Okay, so be careful. If you, let's say, if you want to create something, comments right here, check it. And then, of course, variables. Later in the lecture, we'll cover what's the let or the constant. But just like, try to just feel it. Just like try to use anything, copy, or like you can, I don't mind if you're using some like AI to help you, okay. As a first assignment. But I know if you have no idea what you're doing, also I know like sometimes AI will give you some outdated, sometimes like you at least copy and paste. How to copy and paste is important. Like also look at the source code, change the content is good. Okay. So I'm not really say refusing it. Like nowadays you need to learn. Okay. Or even all the big tech company, they're using AI to helping you for development. So, but do you have a knowledge to look at source code? How can you modify it? How can you look at the source code? Know, okay, this already outdated, they are not working. Okay. Or it doesn't fit to yours. I know some of you copy and paste, but it doesn't work. So you need to figure out why it doesn't work. Okay. So it's more important. Okay. And because I know lots of things that is open source. So I'm not saying, okay. And let's say if you want to change the operator right here, okay, constant. So just like change this page, okay, and then upload the screenshot and also the source code. So do you think it's clear about the assignment? Good. No question. Okay, so it's kind of good. And yeah, Bill, why not maybe if you're worried about, okay, maybe I'm not able to finish the first page, but coming week we're going to cover it. Okay, so there's some like about what's the tag and even I'm saying like this kind of not really responsible, but how much we can cover in the lecture is totally not enough, like for your project or like maybe for what you want to create, okay, for development. So learning how to read the document, looking for resources is a process. So that's what more emphasize, okay. And you can looking for some example, copy it and modify it, and then create. Also, I will give you a template. Okay, so you can based on that template and change it. It's okay. So wherever you like. And also we have another part is the CSS. Okay. I will talk about CSS later. So that's why if you find some like a page really like, and then you can copy it and then try to put it on your first page, it's okay. And then copy the CSS file, replace the JS, the CSS file, it's okay. Just copy and paste. It's the first step. Okay. And any other question? No, I just wait right here. I want to ask if we are asking like online on Zoom. Can you hear me well? Because I know sometimes working around, maybe they're not like here well. I know because that's like from my previous experience because I recorded in class and then doing in this way. Some of students they watch it, but I think the feedback is the voice quality is really bad, kind of like not good, so they cannot hear well. Okay, so like it's good for the student here, but when they watch, sometimes they want to like go back home and watch it, but they cannot really hear what I'm talking. If you can follow on the screen, would be okay. Yeah.
The voice is actually not terrible online right now. I
Okay.
don't know how
You're
it sounds when
understanding in front of
it's
me.
on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Obviously I've watched some of them. They sound pretty fine, but I would almost be willing to say it might sound better in the Zoom. Obviously there's no like compression or anything that we have to worry about. So during the Zoom, it's fine, but I'll probably be in class a lot more if you're gonna be there. Um, I don't know how many people are in class, but what's the like more permanent schedule we're on? Because I know we originally talked and we thought Tuesday was the day
Mhm.
that we were doing in class. Is Thursday the day we're doing in class?
Um, I remember before should be Tuesday in class, and then for the lecture part, I just like record it and that's it. And I know something changed because I think some feedback, some students prefer come back, but I didn't see. I don't know. Like, are you all the vote for Thursday? I don't know.
Yeah, no, I
Maybe,
was the student that was talking the most generally, but the only question is what day are you gonna be in class? Like if it's Tuesday, it's Tuesday. If it's Thursday, it's Thursday.
I
Um,
would be flexible. So based on how many students, like, well, I know some student, just like if all of you can pick the day, like coming for that week, then I can like choose either Tuesday or Thursday. I am kind of okay. So do you want to really like fix on exactly one day, or
mhm.
just have flexible like based on how many students want to do on Tuesday or Thursday? I don't know.
I'll probably pin everybody down for Tuesday or Thursday because I gotta set up the rest of my life. And I know a lot of people with like work and stuff, especially for the database class. I'm gonna try and pick one day because that class runs so late that if I
Yes.
have if I have work and stuff, and I know a lot of people their internships and stuff. So
Um.
there's a bunch of people that they might want to set just one day if that's fine with you.
Okay, yeah. Or I think we can set it on Tuesday. Okay, so set it Tuesday first. And but I think for the database, we don't have that much lag compared to the web programming.
Okay.
So yeah, because after the installation setup, most of the assignment, I just give you the assignment. That's it. I will show you and then the queries statement. Okay. But I don't think there's that much you will need help
On
if
the database one, I got you.
yeah. But I know it's like pretty late for database too. So maybe if you need to work. So I think yeah, but why not we can put it on Thursday? Oh no, okay, correct. Tuesday. Okay. We will get
Tuesday's the day.
Tuesday.
I'm gonna post in the Discord because I know a lot of people were confused on what the day was. That Tuesday.
Yes. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Okay. So because I received the email, people say it's Tuesday or Thursday or something. Okay. So
Yeah.
if we are going to meet, should be on Tuesday. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I think it's okay. If no other question, then how many is see? How many of you right here? Okay. Well, I'm waiting. Just check. I say, how much do you know programming or like do you working on certain project?
Just like programming in general.
Yeah, in general.
I can't speak for everyone else, but like my background was in C++,
Mhm.
and then I started working in Python like maybe a year ago, and then I almost exclusively just did like Python stuff last semester.
Okay,
But I don't have like any background in JSX and like.
okay, so it's a new language for you.
Well, most of the coding that I've been doing was in C++ and well, the Flint classes, and now I'm just starting to learn Python and Pythons.
Okay, same. So it's the course or you taking the course?
I'm taking course.
Yeah, because because you two mentioned the same things, like Python and also the Python.
I did Python for my game dev.
Okay, for a game then, okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that is,
application.
okay. Same, so it's same. Okay, so is it mainly because the course, like yeah, okay, but like personally, do you like work on some project by yourself or? Yeah.
I tried to, but this summer I was really busy because I was doing like summer classes,
Oh, you take
but
that.
I had like projects that I started up and then I
Okay.
was like, I'll get to it in the summer, and then my workload over the summer increased, so then I was like, I'll get to it when I have free time, I guess.
Oh.
But I've been trying to start like a project with like React, just to like
Yes,
look at the basics and stuff.
personally, that's how I learn something. I always start with a project, like, most of the time I learn a new programming language based on the project or the need. Okay, if I need to work on something, I would like choose, okay, which language would be the best for this product overlay for this project. Okay, of course, like I say, for web, even you can use Python to do a website if you know. I know there's a one is the enterprise. If you heard about Odoo, you know what's Odoo? Odoo? Okay. Oh, yeah, it's more like for the ERP. Okay. Yeah, so I can share. I think they are doing. Oops. Maybe you never touch this one. So it's an open source ERP and CRM. Okay. So in behind this, also you have it's a web based. Okay. So all the source code will be most of it will be the Python. Okay. So if you see, so you can even using your Python to build a website. Yeah. So this one Odoo, and they have some accounting or some yeah. If you are interested, but this one is more like for enterprise. You know, the accounting, CRM. Okay, point of sale, retail, all this. Yeah, maybe you never heard about this one. And also, I know some company or individual like developer, they will develop some package, you know, some modules for the user, so you can download it, so they will pay for you. Okay, sometimes some company pay for a developer to help them to build up the modules. Okay, that's what I worked before. So depends on project you are doing, then you will pick up a language. Okay, and also if you're working on AI, Python, you know the TensorFlow. Okay, so lots of things. It depends. No, let me see. If there's a nothing online, then I will stop the Zoom right now. There's no other question. Let me see. Almost time. Thank you.